I think I understand where purity culture comes from, though, because if the vessel that brings forth life becomes corrupted, then the next generations will suffer or might not exist or whatever. Like if you get a disease as a woman, then there's more risks to your children and stuff. And traditionally, people just didn't want that. So you can imagine getting married and finding out your new wife isn't a virgin. Well, that might make you feel worried for things. You might wonder if you now have a disease, an incurable disease, right? Were those diseases even curable back then? Now you're just kind of have a disease, and now it might be something that would make it hard to have children, even for you, with a new wife. And this one, maybe she doesn't have a disease though. Maybe it's fine, but it would be a risk. I think if you found out that your wife was not a virgin, you would wonder and be like, maybe you don't even want to deal with that. You just want to be sure your life is going to go how you thought about, and your agreement with this woman was to have children and have a family. And if she is now incapable of fulfilling that agreement, you would cut off the marriage. To me, that seems reasonable. That seems likely what it was. It seems like a similar situation. It's what it was, more of like a boundary. What would it be? A expectation you set before marriage. This is what the marriage is supposed to be for. And if your wife has done something to cause her to maybe not be as fit as she portrayed herself to bear children and to have a relationship with you without like problems, itchiness, or death or whatever, then maybe it would be grounds for divorce. So that might make a case for purity culture, or why it's important to not be casual. And we have tests and pills, but I don't know. Some things you can't fix. And maybe there's just behaviors that are more wise than others. There's behaviors that are more likely to cause disease than others. For example, washing your hands after you go to the bathroom. We all decide that that is a hygiene issue. But also, practicing monogamy might also be a hygiene issue. At least if you were in a culture where you didn't have access to antibiotics or antivirals or protection. In a culture without access to that, it makes a lot of sense for monogamy.